And good morning, everybody. Welcome to Saturday. You know, there's so many things going through my mind this morning, and I want to try to share a lot of those with you today. First of all, I want to say thank you to Jan Stevenson. You may never have heard of her, but she's a very famous LPGA professional. Back in the day, back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, she won something like 18 different tournaments and is in the Hall of Fame. And she owns a golf course not far from here, and we had a golf tournament yesterday. Rather pricey, actually, but it was a wonderful day. Beautiful weather, and we raised a lot of money for homeless, vets, first responders, etc. in this area. It's a wonderful cause. And I got a chance to golf with a retired colonel, and another fella from the Marines, and another fella from the Army. So we had all these vets playing golf with us yesterday. It was a wonderful day. We didn't do great, but it was wonderful. I wanted to say thank you for that. Part number 2 is this show today is going to be about losing weight, diet, weight loss. Now, why am I doing this in December as we go into the holiday season? Because you have to make a decision in December. Because what's January? January's resolution time. And I'll give you the details of a plan that we're going to launch in January. And do some really amazing things with you all. And we're going to launch that with a seminar. Keep in mind, we will be sending out an email about that very shortly. Also going to say, if you didn't get the email of our last sale, we're going to be sending out one of those next week. So if we don't have your email address, call our office and get on our list. It doesn't cost you anything. And we don't send out junk. We'll send you out a newsletter every now and then and information about sales, etc. that are coming up. So call our office at 678-228-8900. Now, as we always do, and we're going to be talking about weight loss today. Stay tuned. We'll get started here in 1 minute. The information you hear on the Nutrition Shop Health Talk with Dr. Len is strictly educational and is not intended to diagnose or treat any disease. Any healthcare decision should be discussed with your health professional. And now, here is Dr. Len. And again, when you look at all of the plans that have ever been out, from all protein to low carb to human growth hormone, all the above, has any of those ever held, here's a funny term, weight? Not one came to the surface. But I'm going to talk to you today about really what is the gist of weight loss and what you need to do and think about over the next 3 weeks as we work our way through Christmas, that wonderful time of the year, and launch into New Year's resolution time. I'm going to give you time to think about it. Share this with others. We'll get started here after our national anthem. Welcome to you all to your daily dose with Dr. Len. You know, I was watching the news this morning, Fox News, and they brought on the sheriff from the town where the shooting took place in Michigan. And it's amazing to me that this kid managed to take a gun and get to school and was actually called to the office because the teachers noted some strange behavior, warning signs that he was going to be doing something. Yet they released him back into the classroom where he had that gun and he ended up shooting people. And we find out his parents tried to escape this country and were arrested this morning. I heard all the announcers say, there's something wrong with this kid, mental health problems, and he obviously had a hard time in his own class because people saw him as being different. So as we start our weekends, as we always do, with a word from Scripture, we're going to talk today about the upside of being a little different. Sometimes we settle for a mediocre life, doing things the way everyone around us does them because we weren't bold enough to be the unique individuals God created us to be. For example, if you don't like your job, you hate the atmosphere at work or at home, and you dread spending time there every day, ask yourself if you're doing anything to change the situation. You don't have to be like everyone else. You can be different. You can be a difference maker. Do you smile at everyone when you arrive, or do you frown like everyone else? Have you said anything encouraging to your coworkers or your family today? Why not think differently? Why not change the way you talk about your life in all its aspects? I heard a song once titled, "I Love My Life," and I thought, this is a great song I wish everyone would sing. If you'll change your outlook and your actions, if you decide to be different, you'll be amazed at the changes that will take place in yourself and in others. Our prayer for the day is, Dear Lord, help me to look to you when I feel fearful and afraid, and you will turn my fear into faith. Help me to step out and do your will today and every day, in Jesus' name. And we think, did this kid that did the shooting, did he know the Lord? I don't think so. But maybe if he and his family did, we could avoid these kind of situations. All right, let's talk about weight loss. It comes down to one of the oldest adages in the world, you are what you eat. And if you eat too much and of the wrong foods, you're going to gain weight. It's not rocket science to know that if your diet is junk food, like potato chips, etc., you're going to gain weight. Well, it's all I'm eating all day. No, you're still going to gain weight. If you eat 3 balanced meals a day, and I'm not talking about counting calories, but 3 balanced meals per day, you're going to start losing weight. If, and I want you to listen to the University of California at Irvine, I've saved this article, came out August 12th. It was the principles behind a plan that I did with another group of doctors last March. A highly successful 90-day layout plan. Highly successful in the ways that we went about learning about your body, targeting the energy-building little subsets inside of every cell in your body called the mitochondria. And if we can stimulate that, not by using a drug, by using something very basic and simple. And we use a prep called Power Cleanse. And we use it for 90 days. And it's amazing to me the changes that we've seen in individuals that have stuck to it. A team of California Irvine scientists have discovered a novel pharmacological approach to attenuate the mitochondrial dysfunction that drives diet-induced obesity. Eating the wrong foods at the wrong time in the wrong amounts. The results of their study were published recently in the journal EMBO Molecular Medicine. High-tech study. Consuming a high-fat diet can lead to obesity and metabolic disorders such as diabetes or fatty liver. Palmitate, a fat abundant in Western diets. Palmitate, I just want you to remember that word, triggers metabolic dysfunction by causing excessive mitochondrial fission within cells. What's that mean? You know, back in the day, and I think there's still a lot of homes in the area that have the old natural gas that pilots a flame that heats up bars, that allows air to go across those bars to heat your home. But if over time those heating elements in there start to corrode, fission, so that they don't conduct heat, instead they diffuse heat, the furnace stops working. And the amount of heat that can be produced by that furnace, no matter how much natural gas we pump into it, just doesn't work. The same thing can be said for our bodies. Inside of every cell in our body, we have these little power energy units called your mitochondria. Your mitochondria. And inside of this is where the body takes glucose from the foods we consume and burns it effectively and efficiently to produce energy. And if that energy in equals energy out and it works well, we don't gain weight. If it works well, we start to lose weight. So, the idea of this study was to determine how bad of a dysfunction occurs in those that are obese. The mitochondria play a crucial role in a cell's energy production, but also coordinate cell stress responses. Too much mitochondrial fission impairs their function, undermining metabolism, increasing toxic byproducts associated with insulin resistance in tissue types. Elegant genetic studies in mice show that maintaining mitochondrial networks in a fused state can overcome high-fat induced obesity. Let me read that again. Elegant genetic studies in mice show that maintaining mitochondrial networks in a fused state can overcome high-fat induced obesity. Our study used a small molecule to reshape the mitochondria in multiple tissues simultaneously, reversing obesity and correcting metabolic disease, even though the mice continued to consume the unhealthy diet. Fix the mitochondria, and even if you didn't change your diet one iota, you can still start to make a change. Now, this is not the kind of diet plan that gives you the excuse to keep eating poorly. In their new study, Professor Ettinger and her team utilized a water-soluble, oral, bioavailable synthetic sphingolipid to inhibit endosomal trafficking proteins required for mitochondrial fission. You don't need to know that. All it basically says, if you just look this up, you Google search mitochondrial functioning and take a look at an artist's conception of what this is a section in the body that exchanges energy, protons, photons, and we have this exchange that takes place in there where there's an series of enzymatic reactions that burn glucose and go through 23 different steps to convert and to start to produce adenosine triphosphate on the other side. It's a wonderful, beautiful thing as God created our bodies. Imbalances in the hormone leptin and adiponectin that accompany obesity create an uphill battle for people trying to lose weight. So, when the mitochondrial dysfunction starts to occur, and the body starts to store adipose tissue, fat, we get to a certain point where we fall into this range called obesity, and now the body starts to have imbalances in the hormone leptin and ghrelin and adiponectin that can convince the brain that I'm full. And we're hungry all the time, and we start to eat and consume wrong. Having too much leptin can increase your appetite, while too little adiponectin activity is linked to many metabolic diseases. This was done by Elizabeth Selwan, a former graduate student researcher at the Department of Developmental and Cell Biology. The study's findings suggest they're looking for a drug. I'm looking for a way to turn the body around in a quick period of time. It's a promising therapy for managing diet-induced obesity. The authors found their kind of concept to be safe and effective, and further investigation for this compound that they're developing for possible use in human patients. The compound works through a novel mode of action. It is safe and effective in humans. It would offer a new weight loss strategy that could be combined with other treatments, said Professor Ettinger. Study was supported by the University of California, Irvine, the National Institutes of Health, etc., etc. And again, you can look this up. EMBO Molecular Medicine 2021 was done August 12th of 2021. Now, as we get started on this, it would be part of what we call a consult. Please listen to this. Hi, everybody. This is Dr. Landon. I want to talk to you today about a consultation, a nutritional consultation. What's that all about? It's what we do. It's a personal one-on-one time that we put aside, whether it be via social media or Zoom or in person, where we can have the ability to work closely to enhance your health. The aim is to enhance your bodily functions, alleviate symptoms of illness, improve your lifestyle through a nutritional intervention. Some people simply want to undergo a diet to ensure they're eating correctly and avoid illness. Other people have medical problems or are suffering from various symptoms that they believe can be alleviated by making nutritional changes to their diet. Other common reasons to undergo a consultation include a desire to lose weight, digestive issues, skin complaints, low energy, lethargy, stress, fertility issues, competitive sports, the list goes on. Before your consultation, we'll ask you to complete a comprehensive questionnaire. This questionnaire will focus on all aspects of your diet and lifestyle, medical history, medications you may be taking, current health concerns, and really importantly, your goals. We may also ask you to do a food and drink diary for those 3 days, maybe up to a week, so we can document everything you eat and drink during that time. Once you've completed this questionnaire, we'll look it over, and then we'll have a one-on-one consultation, usually about an hour to an hour and a half. And during that time, you'll talk through the questionnaire and diary as well as discuss your lifestyle, your current exercise regimen, your health concerns, your family medical history, your existing symptoms, and really importantly, again, your goals. You can also discuss underlying emotional issues that may be affecting your mood, eating patterns, lifestyle. During this in-depth discussion, you may be asked to do some functional tests, saliva, blood, etc., to try to pinpoint specifically what's going on. Once we have a full and complete picture of your current nutritional, physical, and emotional situation, we'll develop a plan for you. That may involve some nutritional dietary issues, working with our dietitian, working with our chef, or supplements. We can add those to the regimen as well. Vitamins, minerals, fiber, fatty acids, amino acids. But to get the most out of a nutritional consultation, you need to be as frank and honest as you can. The more complete picture that we have of what's going on in your system, the better that we can help you. If you're interested in getting started, give us a call, 678-228-8900, or reach out to us through our website at thenutritionshop.net. As we heard at the tail end of that article I just read, that when you have this mitochondrial dysfunction, where you as a human being, feel a lapse in energy, we start to get very dragged out. We start putting on more weight. Don't have the energy to get up and exercise, put on more weight. And it's most recently been diagnosed as mitochondrial dysfunction. And in the midst of that, you start running into something called insulin resistance. It was mentioned in there, which again can lead to diabetes. But this other article that came out November 18th ties right into this. It says, in the human brain, the hormone insulin also acts on the most important neurotransmitter in the reward system called dopamine. Insulin, when it's high, insulin resistance, the body has to keep pumping out more, lowers the dopamine level in the specific region of the brain, the striatum, that regulates the reward process and cognitive function, among other things. So, when the body starts to spin out of control, insulin resistance starts, your blood sugars go up, your triglycerides go up, your cholesterol goes up, we start gaining weight at an unbelievably high rate. And part of the issue is the reward side of this. We can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. We can't talk about the light at the end of the tunnel. We don't see it. And it's amazing that something as simple as breaking the mitochondrial dysfunction could be the key for all of us to lose weight and keep it off. This show today was a tease of what we will be announcing here in the next week or two about a big plan that you can all sign up for starting in January. It's going to be one of the most intense 90-day plans. If you're dead serious about wanting to lose weight, this is the way to do it. We'll have more information coming up soon. My information for you today is make sure that we have your email address so we can send it to you. Call our office at 678-228-8900, 678-228-8900. The website, thenutritionshop.net. God bless you, folks. I'll see you back here on Monday. Have a great weekend. God bless.